Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Bytes. Hope you've all been keeping well. Hope you've been managing your portfolios, not over trading, trying to keep that money, waiting for the market to turn around so we can start making those gains again. So, this video, I'm going to be talking about meme coins. A lot of people were asking me in the last leg, how I was making so much off meme coins and how I understand that particular phenomenon. And so I thought I'd make a video on it. Okay, so the question is, why the meme coins pump? And I think it's the power of Doge, right? This all started with Doge. It was the first kind of meme coin that got a lot of traction. Elon Musk essentially saw that, developed some kind of affinity for it, tweeted about it, and then that just started this crazy rush. But even before that, Doge was worth quite a lot, considering that it has actually no utility. It's not like it's not actually, it's a purely speculative play. Okay, so if you want to understand how memes work, how meme coins work and why they pump so much, you have to understand it according to how it relates to kind of people's mentality. Basically, I think it's all a mental thing. So in my opinion, you can break that down into kind of four main reasons why I think meme coins pump. So first is social cultural, right? So essentially it's about the people who have been in crypto for a while, random people who maybe got into it early and were lucky, or people who have just gotten into it and are very enthusiastic about the message of crypto and decentralization. And I think it's mainly something that appeals to the working class, and it's basically not the elites. Yeah, so basically Goldman Sachs and Deutsche Bank aren't the ones pumping Shiba Inu token, yeah, on Doge. It's not those guys, yeah. So it's just it's kind of like the opposite of it's the exact same thing with GameStop, with the whole GameStop phenomenon, right? It was a lot of retail investors that really were really attached to GameStop, and they broke the market because they acted, I guess, irrationally to protect a brand that they knew and loved. Meme coins and crypto work in a very similar way, in the sense that we see a meme that is kind of silly and funny and it gains some traction, and it's a joke almost, right? It's essentially a joke, and these coins have no real value. They're purely speculative, and people throw money at them because it's just fun, and they do really well, and perform 100x, 1000x, etc. And then people say, hey man, I made stupid money off like this dog coin. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's called Doge, or Fair Doge, or Far Doge, or Hanzo Inu Hokkaido Inu. What's it do? Oh, it's just a meme. Oh really? I would like to make, that's how it kind of works, right? It's just silly. And you can't underestimate the power of a meme, is what I'm saying. Okay, so there's that. And there is a second reason, which I think is a low barrier to entry. So these are available on all these exchanges now. They are very well marketed. So I think normies are more likely to know about like Doge than some of the more promising mid caps. Yeah. So besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think normies would probably know about Doge more so than they would understand BNB or some other token. It's just how it works, and that's the nature of it. It's simple. It's a meme, so it spreads easily, and then it's available on all these exchanges now, and it's available on the decentralized exchanges as well, so you know how to get it. They also provide these like really good infographics on how people can get into these memes, so that's one thing that's cool as well, and that like you can they're very much kind of driving adoption of crypto. They're also, on the flip side, they're also kind of delegitimizing the space, in the sense that people can then say, oh well, it's just a Ponzi scheme, it's just loads of meme coins, pump and dumps XYZ. That's the flip side, but both sides can exist and be valid. Okay, so the third reason is that there's less babble, and by babble I mean techno babble. So we've all had these kind of great projects where the tech is quite complicated, and maybe they're doing like computational scaling or something, and they give you all this babble about how it's doing this and that, and the engineering is so great and the tech is so great. But how it really works is that a bunch of private sellers and insiders essentially grab up a load of the tokens in private sales and pre-sales for cheap. Then they ramp up the marketing, right? They spend all this money on marketing and tell you how great the project is. It's going to change everything. It's the best thing since sliced bread. You need this project, etc. And you jump into that, and for the people who aren't experienced, you essentially buy it on listing thinking it's going to 1000x, right? Because they've told you so much about this and it's so great. And what happens is it just slowly dumps over the course of maybe 3 or 6 months. It just consistently dumps quite hard. Maybe it will 10x off launch, and then it will just dump after that. And the 10x you're not going to be able to kind of experience because it will be botted by all these other millionaires. And so that's what's going to happen. It's going to dump for about 3 to 6 months. And basically what's happening is that these private sellers are using retail investors as exit liquidity. So they're using you guys to basically lock in their profits. This doesn't happen with meme coins. For the one reason is there's less babble. So people actually understand meme coins better. You know what you're buying when you buy Doge, yeah? No one bought Doge and said, I thought we're going to change the world. I thought this was going to be some crazy movement, etc. It's a meme coin. It's a joke. Everyone understands that. Even normies that have no idea about crypto understand that Doge is just Doge and it's a joke. Okay. Final reason ties into all of this. It's fair launch. Yeah. So there's no private sellers, there's no pre-sellers. It's just fair launch in the market, and whoever gets it gets it. And that's a real advantage because it makes the price action a lot more predictable, in the sense that you don't have to be worried about like some millionaire having bought a ton of tokens in the pre-sale dumping on you at any point. You don't have to worry about that. It's kind of purely market driven. So those 4 reasons, I know they all sound like slightly different variations of the same thing, but this is all connected, guys. This is all why meme tokens have been doing so well. It's that they're memes, they have this social cultural significance, they're widely available, there's simple kind of cryptocurrency investments, and they're launched fairly. And so that's kind of the perfect storm. That means that people can buy into this stuff, and they gain traction very easily on social media. It's a lot easier for these meme coins to gain traction than like some super technical project like my last project, which is on Blank or B-Bank, right? It's a lot harder for B-Bank to kind of go viral on social media because it's kind of technical, and there's all these, you have to read the white paper and be like, oh, okay, this is how you're going to do that, and oh, they're using layer 2 solutions here, and are they doing this, that. Whereas with meme coins, it's like, oh, we've got G Doge, which is like a godfather Doge, and it's cool, and the community is great, and we make silly games, and we've got memes, and XYZ, and that will go viral. Like safe moons, no utility, they go viral for a bunch of reasons. Okay, so one key thing I want to kind of emphasize is, again, these are all speculative, right? So some people get into meme coins and crypto in general and think that like everything has intrinsic value, and very few projects have a utility that mean that they have quite sustainable strong price floors. So what I'm trying to say is, if people decided to sell any crypto token, the price will go down. So it's all speculative. Yeah, this is why the dump was so brutal, right? One Bitcoin and Ethereum dip, everything else dips harder. Why? Because it's speculative. Like, most of those projects aren't actually doing anything, and ETH is at the price it is now because it's the base of a massive ecosystem of projects. But even if all these guys decided to sell Ethereum tomorrow, it will dump as well to maybe $50, $100, something like that. That's what would happen. Why? Because that's how it works. It's speculative. Although ETH would have a good price floor because it actually has utility, right? People use ETH to pay for their the cost of networking or transacting on the Ethereum network. So that's what sustains the price floor on ETH. But for all these smaller projects, which a lot of them are early stage projects, a lot of them are still developing their tech. A lot of them have a lot of plans, but they don't have that volume yet. They're speculative. That's why altcoins dump so hard, guys. So I know, and I did this with some small projects where you think that it's at a bottom and it can't dump anymore, and then the market takes a downturn and it just keeps dipping. And this is the reason why. So what I do is I do that on investments where I'm not really too fussed what happens to them, and I'm not trading that much. But a lot of people put a lot of money down, and when the market's downturning, they leave that money in and take kind of massive losses, and that's what happens. But it's all about risk management. At the end of the day, you've got to manage your risk, is what I'm saying, and understand the nature of these tokens as speculative. Okay, and so another kind of building on that, we also have to kind of try and remain objective and identify opportunities and trends. And I say this because a lot of people are watching the markets and watching these memes, and they got really salty about like, oh, you know, it's all these cryptos, it's just stupid money, XYZ, they're never going to do well, these are all shit coins. And they were right in the sense that they are shit coins. But you know, crypto bites, I don't really like spend time with that kind of obnoxious thinking. I just identify opportunities, I spot trends, and I make money off price swings. That's what I do. So I don't really have time to like talk, you know, have these conversations about like, oh, you know, I only invest in like super highbrow, high tech projects, because you probably have no idea, you know, how this tech works. Let's be honest. You probably watch some YouTube videos and you think you're an expert on ETH, but you don't actually understand the complexities of these projects, especially earlier stage projects, right? So that's one thing. And B, it's just not, you know, some tech doesn't mean price action in crypto. You could have the greatest tech, but if you're not marketing, you know, you're not going to get that investment. So there's a lot of high quality, world changing projects that are sub 10 million market cap, and there are some meme coins with barely functional websites and no utility that are like 20 million, 30 million market cap right now. Hokkaido is still like, you know, I think maybe $1 billion or something. Yeah, not doing anything. Okay, so that's one key thing I want you guys to understand. But we go to the big bit. So how do you know which ones are going to go the distance? How do you pick the winners? Yeah, so it has to have a reputable team, guys. So I know it may look like it's just random, some of these coins pumping, but all the coins that pump have reputable teams. They have people that take their projects seriously, that have actual plans. That's a really, really important thing. Okay, so that's one thing. It has to be SAFU or safe. Yeah, so audited and doxed. So doxed means like the team are public facing, or they've been kind of verified by people in the community. And renounced ownership would be good as well, but that's not really a big thing now, because if you renounce ownership, you can't change the contract. And so you have some projects that have an issue in their contract code or deployment code, and they can't sort it out because they've already renounced ownership. So that's, you know, that's one thing that used to be a thing, renouncing ownership, but it's not as much a thing now. But you need solid audits from reputable people. So Certic is quite respected, and there's a couple Solidity projects have had a lot of hacks. So Solidity is not as respected, but Certic is a good one. Yeah, there's a couple of good auditing firms. I can't name them all. TechRate, I think, is pretty good. Okay, so third is marketing and roadmap. So these projects have to have decent marketing. They have to have like some idea of how to bring these coins to the masses. Obviously, it's a meme coin. It kind of lives off like that, people, you know, relaying that information onwards. It's a meme. That's how memes work. Yeah, so we're at a stage in the market now where like there's so many meme coins that you have to have ways to make yours stand out and bring yours to the masses in a way that's kind of unique and it's going to be effective. So marketing plans are big, guys. Don't overhype this. Yeah, it's not that. It's a lot of projects come out and their whole thing is that they have a marketing plan, and it's like, that's not enough. You actually have to have other stuff added to it. Yeah, just marketing isn't like make your project great. So you need a marketing plan, you need a good roadmap, ways you're going to kind of make your platform stand out. What are you guys doing? What makes you interesting? Why would anyone want to be in your community, invested in your community? Okay, and then it has to have solid meme potential, guys. So I know there's 100 million dog tokens every day. That's because it was a dog trend. So there will inevitably be, I think, a cat trend, and then there will be kind of this space trend. And that's just how things go in crypto. So you've got to make use of the trend, make use of, you know, that kind of aspect of it, and make coins that are in line with that. I've invested in meme coins that had 3 out of 4 of these kind of values, right? They were safe, they had a good team, they had a good marketing roadmap, but they weren't memeable. And because of that, they didn't do very well. And so, you know, it is what it is. Now you have to be the judge of whether you think something sounds cool and will take off. You know, I like ones that have a good ticker, that are having a good buzz online and people are talking about a fair bit, and are respected by me and my circle and the people that, you know, I talk to about crypto. That's how I do things. But guys, just remember, nothing beats development work. Like, a project could have all this, and if they're not really developing and innovating and trying to push their project forward, you know, I wouldn't recommend investment. So with that being said, there are about 2 projects that I think are very solid. So One is Hokkaido. So Hokkaido is Hokkaido Inu. It's got that meme potential. It's one of the big Inu tokens, right? So Shiba Inu, and then it was Hokkaido Inu was like, I think the next mover after Shiba. And then there was Hachiko Inu and all these other Inus, Hanzo Inu. Okay, so Hokkaido is on a lot of exchanges now. I think it's on Hotbit, Whitebit, etc. They've got a lot of big things coming. I think they're building like an exchange where they use HOKK tokens to pay the gas fees. So utility there, guys. And I found out about this one, a few weeks ago. Uniswap was down for like a day or two, and Uniswap was down for like a day or two, and so people, were kind of asking, what's going on? My trade's not going through, etc. And HOKK really capitalized on this and said, yeah, you tired of Uniswap? We've got our exchange coming up. I think they're just really clever guys that really know how to capitalize on how the market works. I think they've got like influencers like Snoop Dogg and like Soulja Boy onto HOKK. It's just, yeah. I just know a gem when I see one, in terms of like people who are just clever, know how to work their platform. Okay. Of course they're safe, audited, all that stuff. Reputable team that are actually doing stuff. It's not easy to just like add kind of development to your platform, guys. It's not the norm. Okay, so that's Hokkaido at this moment. It's a great price point. It's only like 2.5x from before it pumped. So yeah, about 2.5x, 2x. So yeah, I think this is available in a couple of big exchanges right now. Can we check that? So there you go, Bitrue, Biki, BKX, Bilaxi. Yeah, some solid exchanges. So those guys will have access to HOKK, and I think it could do very well. Then we've got FOGE. Now FOGE's got a lot of big things coming up as well. I think they just nabbed a YouTuber with like 225 million followers or something like that. They've got all these big plans. Community is really cool, very strong community. They've held on to the coin. The price action looks good. It's hovering at a price that's not too far from where it launched at. And so that's a really good sign to me. Yeah, that's a really good sign to me. So let's look at the price action. So from launch, yes, like a 30x from launch, but I think these prices would have been good. We'll see if it retouches this place, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about this project. It's FOGE, standing for Fat Doge, and yeah, I think this should do well in the medium term. But the key point, I think, is in this next run, I do think that we still have another leg for memes, but I think there will be a culling. A lot of the meme coins will die. Most will die because most are trash, right? But some of them who are actually doing stuff, who are actually building, who actually have some meme ability to them, will, absorb a lot of extra money. A lot of extra funds will go into them in the next leg. But I just don't think it will be as explosive as last time. But I could be wrong. I think a lot more money is going to be going into DeFi now. I think the focus is going to slightly switch to more legitimate projects with actually value offerings. So there were a ton of DeFi projects that are just groundbreaking, that are sitting at like really ridiculous prices right now. And I think in the next stage, I think we're going to see those fly. Okay, so that's my opinion so far. So I don't have a bag of either FOGE nor Hokkaido, although Hokkaido looks very, very good, but I don't have a bag so far because I'm in DeFi projects and I'm very comfortable with my bags. I just don't see, I've made enough off meme coins, and I'm quite happy with my performance on those. And right now I'm looking to buck the curve and hold on to the top DeFi tokens that I think will do well. So top of that list, one of the big projects I'm into is Phantom. My last video, I understand people felt the music was a bit too loud, but I hope the message got through that Phantom is really a top contender as a layer 2 solution and as a kind of a blockchain and a project. And so yeah, projects like Phantom I'm so comfortable holding. I'm still holding Axia and a couple of projects like that. Okay, but I hope this video has kind of made things a bit kind of clearer in terms of how I think about meme coins. I think they pump because of socio-cultural kind of reasons. Like they're easy to pump, they are kind of memeable, they have a low barrier to entry, they're available everywhere, there's less technobabble, people understand, they're very simple financial vehicles, people know what they're getting when they're buying Shiba Inu and etc. They're always fair launched, Yeah, so there's no kind of background private sellers waiting to dump on the market. It's always fair launch, and that adds a lot of it's less manipulated than the bigger projects. And yeah, and they're memes, so they're spread very quickly. Okay, and if you want to catch the good ones, you find ones with reputable teams that are safe, that have good marketing, good roadmap, good meme potential. Yeah, and just look out for solid development work. You know, the ones that are really doing that work behind the scenes, that are really kind of understanding the market trends and pushing out kind of projects and platforms that people are going to use, are the ones that are do well. So we've got, I think Elon Doge was an example, and there was one that launched on Binance Smart from Space Ball, Oxball, and it was, yeah, it was another meme token. It's been trending for a while. I think it's off trending. Yeah, it's off trending now. But you can see there's still so many meme coins. Baby Doge now. Yeah. What was it called? Either way, there was one that was launched by Oxball, and it was a meme token that was linked to like a platform where they shared memes, and you earn money by like sharing memes and having your meme go viral on that platform. So there's these interesting ways you can really leverage meme tokens, and I think, you know, that's something to really look out for if projects are really doing that, and adding value in that sense. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope I've kind of enlightened you guys on how I think about meme coins. But just to be clear, I don't have any bags in HOKK. I don't have any bags in FOGE. I am trying to buck the trend in terms of DeFi, and I'm kind of quite deep into layer 2 solutions like Phantom at the moment. But yeah, that's all for this video. Stay safe out there. Peace.